Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is the third and final ONEPLUS One or before you buy ONEPLUS One video. Now I started the series as don't buy a ONEPLUS One, and I gave some reasons regarding service, things like that. Now that was a long time ago. I actually originally opened my first case where I had a problem with the ONEPLUS One in its SIM card slot on November 17th with the company. I really got nowhere. They wanted to flash the ROM. Actually, I did an update. If you haven't seen the other videos, I did an update, and all of a sudden the SIM card slot stopped working. Well, I think the SIM card slot was actually bad to begin with. I tried to go through their support, and it took pretty much a month and a half, and I got nowhere. So what I decided to do, reading some forum posts, things like that, is I submitted a different ticket for having a bad SIM card slot on the hardware side of things. And that was submitted on January 6th. Now today is February 27th. I actually received this yesterday on February 26th. So it took that long. They actually had me send in my old ONEPLUS One and they shipped this one right out. Now that whole process was a little complicated in that I had to handle a lot of different paperwork and things like that, but that's not a big deal. They paid for all of the shipping. So this is the package I received back. It's a brand new ONEPLUS One, free of charge. So that's fantastic that I got it free. One original reply to one of my tickets said they were going to charge me for it. And then all of a sudden they said they wouldn't. So I don't know if they saw some of my forum posts or something changed all of a sudden, but it was pretty fantastic that they were able to cover that the way they did. So let's see if we can open this up here. There we go. There we are. And there is a brand new ONEPLUS One with, I don't know if this is revised or what, but here's a SIM card tray that they included with it. So this is actually an adapter tray that they include with it, which I find very interesting. So instead of using an adapter like we have here, now we have a micro SIM card or a nano SIM to a micro SIM, which is fantastic. They actually included this piece. Now, I had a first version ONEPLUS One, and this I haven't seen. This is a great idea, and I'm really pleased with ONEPLUS One for sending this along. So that means my AT&T SIM card will fit nicely in here, and it will not damage any parts of the SIM card slot. Now, I don't know if that did it or not. I'm not sure. I don't know whose fault it is. All I know is that it didn't work, and it took a really long time to get a replacement. And that was part of my original complaint with them, is their failure to respond in a timely manner. Now, if this was my main phone, this would be a big problem, but it's not, so that definitely helped. I'm really happy with ONEPLUS One, and have to say that this right here is probably the best move they could have done for any of their customers. That's a fantastic idea. So let's pull this out here. Brand new ONEPLUS One, 64 gigabyte. Love this phone. I really do. I know a lot of people were saying I didn't do it justice and I was against the phone. I really have nothing against ONEPLUS One. I just want decent service. Now, I know it's an inexpensive phone compared to others in its class, but I just wanted decent service if I had a problem with it. I don't think that's too much to ask. Wanted to be able to get it repaired, and that's kind of a sad thing. Oh, here it is. I thought maybe they didn't include that, but that's good. I'm glad they put this in here. They made me send back the package just like this. Basically, put this cable in, put this in, and they shipped me a brand new phone. What they did is they saw that they received it on their end, and you can see here's the other SIM card tray adapter, so that's awesome that they included that. So you've got two different ones here, depending on what kind of SIM card you have. Again, great move on their part. Must have been a common problem for them. And let's put this in here. Goes like that. Pins go this way, or the metal side up this way. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And I know revision 1 of this device was a little bit different than, I guess this must be a later revision. Some of this color looks a little bit different, and not in a bad way. It just seems a little different to me. These buttons actually feel a little more solid than they did before. They were a little mushy before, and that was probably my biggest complaint about the ONEPLUS One. Now they feel nice, and it's already booted up. So we'll go to English, and we'll see if we can turn this screen brightness up. We'll skip this for now. we'll just get through this and I'll go back and set this up later. But I wanted to just do a quick update and make sure my SIM card slot's working. Loading widget. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to set up my APN. And we'll go to, if I remember where they put it on this phone, we'll just go back here. Mobile networks, access point names, and I already have Signal, and you can see that att.wap.singular. That's not what I want. I want PTA, and it's already selected, so it's already there, and I have connectivity, which is really fantastic. Now, one thing I've run into with this with AT&T is it takes a moment sometimes to register on the data side of the network, but you can see it says AT&T. Before, it just showed no SIM whatsoever, so I'm really excited that this is actually working. Texting, we'll turn all that on. Yes. And I really have to say, this is one of my favorite Android phones. I just was really disappointed with their service and thought I should share that with everyone. So let me turn it off auto, turn the brightness up, and this phone definitely seems brighter than the one I had too. Some people commented on that, and really it wasn't dim, I thought. I just thought it was turned all the way up on some of those other videos. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the company. I just want good service is really all there is to it. So it's been a few minutes. I actually had an update. It wasn't on the latest version. For those of you that use CyanogenMod on this, you may be familiar with that, but you can see this is the newer version I updated to just a few minutes ago. The battery's kind of low, and my service is spotty right now. However, you can see it actually does recognize a SIM. We'll give it a second. It'll kick in. For some reason, the service here tonight is kind of strange, but I was able to place a call to AT&T using 611, which was really nice, and that worked as well. I'll show you the error I was getting is when there was no SIM card in there. You'll see right here, you got this little question mark. So there's no SIM card, and you can see this is the SIM card. And here's a nice thing too. I noticed that under my SIM card here, it tells you that this faces the battery cover, so you can't really get it wrong anymore. If any of you were confused about that, that's a nice thing. So we'll put the SIM card back in, battery cover this way, and you can see it doesn't recognize. Click it into place. Oh, click it into place. The little SIM card disappeared, and now it's looking for service. So that's really nice. The data network hasn't activated yet, and I'm not really sure exactly why that is. Wi-Fi is working well. We'll turn it back on, but you'll see data does work, or will work, hopefully, but phone calls do work. They didn't work before, so that's nice. And you can see I made a call, and there we go. We've got bars there. There we go, and we're able to actually get to AT&T, so that's nice. Before, we had no signal, no SIM whatsoever. So everything's fixed. Their service was great after I opened a ticket for hardware issues. So be sure that if you have an issue with this and you're very sure that it's not software related, or maybe it is and you just need it fixed fast, that's the way to go. Open a hardware ticket. They helped me out there. It did take a while, like I said, January 6th, and it's the end of the month now, so it took quite a while to get there. But again, I'm real happy with the OnePlus One. I'm just saying that if it's your main device and you don't have a backup phone, even an old phone, if you don't have that, you may want to be careful if you're buying this. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, the phone is great, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. There's a lot of passionate OnePlus One users out there, and the OnePlus 2 should be coming as well. So let me know what you think about this phone in the comments below. I'm glad I got my issue resolved, and glad that they were nice enough to send me a replacement unit. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.